Hi friends, Mrs. Gunter broadcasting right from her camper today, straight to you in your home. Um, we've been talking about author's message all week with Mrs. Isabella, and today we're going to continue to practice the skill of identifying the central message or the author's message in the story. In other words, we're going to try to figure out what lesson the author is trying to teach us. We can learn from reading stories and thinking about the lesson that the author wants us to learn and improve ourselves from it. Now, when I think about the author's message, I can ask myself 3 questions in order to help me to decide what the main idea or central message is, the author's message is. Number 1, I can say, what is the hidden message of the story? Number 2, I can think about and ask myself, what do the characters in the story learn? And finally, I can think about the question, what does the author want me to learn? So I think about all of these questions when I read something and try to identify the author's message. This week you learned from Koala that you should try new things, as you might miss out on something, maybe a great experience, and you should take risks. From I'll Wait, Mr. Panda, you learned that if you are patient and if you wait, that good things will come to you, and that's where that saying came from. Good things, that old saying, good things come to those who wait. And in the dot, you learned that you should try hard and persevere. That's what persevere means, just to keep trying and never give up and be determined to reach your goals. Now, today we're going to practice figuring out the author's message or lesson in a few short stories that I'm going to read to you. And I'm not going to tell you the answer now. I'm going to put the answers in a different video. So you're going to kind of try this out and take a risk on guessing what you think the central message is on your own. Okay? All right, here we go. Oh, and before I start, just so you know, some of the things that authors want you to learn, books are really written to teach you things, and sometimes there's messages in them, and some of those messages might include be thankful. Other things might be thankful, be patient, keep your promises. That's an important lesson for us. Some other good lessons are stand up for what you think is right, help others, and always be honest. So those are messages that authors try to tell us so that we can be better people and we can improve ourselves all the time. All right, so let's begin. In this story, hopefully you can see that, I'm going to read to you about a character named Pam. Okay. It was time to eat lunch. Pam was at the end of the line. She was tired of waiting. She wanted the food now. She decided to cut to the front of the line. She went in front of all of her friends. Her friends did not think that was fair. No one sat next to her at lunch. So now you're going to either go back and listen to the story again. You can put the video a little bit back, or you can pause and you can read this on your own. And I'd like you to write down what you think the central message is in this story. And then you can underline how you know that that was the message that the author was trying to tell you. Like, underline the evidence in the text, the part that really, really proves what your central message or author's message is. Okay. All right, friends, next to our second story. I wonder what you wrote on those. Can't wait. All right, here's the second story. This story is about a girl named Jan. Okay. Jan tried to read a book. She could not do it. Jan told her teacher she needed help. Her teacher gave her more books. Jan practiced reading every single night. She did her homework with her mom. Jan tried to read the book again. She could do it! I remember learning about this author's message before in another book. So pause the video and you write down what you think, then underline where you think the part of the evidence in the text that proves that that's the author's message and backs it up. Okay, pause. All right. Our next story is about a boy named Nick. Nick wanted to jump in the deep end of the pool. He almost did, but he was too scared. His dad said, "You can do it." Nick jumped into the pool with a big splash. His dad was there to help. They played in the water the rest of the day. Nick was glad that he jumped in the pool. Let's think. What is the author trying to tell us? What can we learn from this and apply to our own lives? Pause the video and write what you think the author's message is and the part that proves it in the text. How we know that's the author's message. Right. And our last story, you don't have to do this one, but I find these fun, so if you're feeling up to the challenge, this one's a good story too. Okay. Cam's teacher said that there was not enough money to go to the circus. Cam and his friends had a plan. The class could get the money. Everyone put up posters and sold cookies. All of Cam's friends worked hard. The teacher counted it all. They had enough to go to the circus. This makes me think about goals and things in my life. But I don't want to give it away. So you write down the central message and the part that proves that that's the central message or the main author's message. Okay, friends, in my next video, I'm going to write down the answers with you so you can check your work.